OK, to our guest. For 50 years, Gary Oldman has been one of the greatest actors of stage and screen. Harry Potter, Batman, Dracula, to name a few. He was cemented in film history when he won the Best Actor Academy Award for his incredible portrayal of Sir Winston Churchill. Now, these days, he's thrilling Apple TV Plus viewers in the hit spy series Slow Horses. Big favourite of Janet's, Kaye and Denise managed to catch up with him to see what we can look forward to in the new series.
Jackson Lamb, you're in charge of the rejects.
I don't like being called that.
What do you call them?
The rejects. People are sent to Slough House for one or two reasons. One, they're an absolute loser.
Speak for yourself.
What are we walking into?
I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you.
Turn the car around now! I'm going back to bed.
Would you also consider a shower?
Yeah, it's a tempting offer, but I don't think that's appropriate right now. I mean, apart from anything else, well, my team just died.
And I am delighted to say that Gary Oldman joins us now. Hi there, Gary.
Hiya.
Hi. Yeah, we're good, thanks. Now, listen, I am a real fangirl of the Emmy-nominated Slow Horses. We have to get that in. But Denise, his husband here, has got a crush on you, Gary.
Oh, my God, Gary, honestly, he is never impressed by anybody I meet or anybody I talk to. But years ago, he's now a very successful artist, but years ago, he was like a sort of Soho boy. And you were the first... He's 15 years younger than me, and I think we're the same age, 66, yeah? Yeah, pensioners. And you were the first person he ever asked for a selfie, and he was talking about The Firm and Leon, and he's just done an interview for Loaded, and he even said to me today, I remember when Gary Oldman did the first ever cover for Loaded magazine.
Yeah, I was on the cover of the
first ever cover, and they've just brought it back now. So anyway, he's a true fan, and it just reminded me some of the things he was talking about, just how many years you've been doing this, and you know, what an incredible body of work.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, it's nice at my age to have found this show. I feel very very lucky, very blessed to have found something. You know, being a fan of long form TV. And then to find this, which, in a way, it kind of fell from the sky. You know, it just landed, and it fit it ticked all the boxes. I was looking for something where I could kind of use my own accent. I've done so many accents over the years, and I wanted something I could do my own accent. I didn't want to wear a wig. I didn't want to wear prosthetic makeup. I didn't want too many costume changes.
You've only got one, haven't you? Have you got one costume that sees you through the whole thing?
I have a winter coat and a summer Mac. And they haven't been dry cleaned. But I was looking for all of these things, and I said, and preferably, you know, in the world of espionage, that would be great. So I had this list, of kind of wish list. And then they say, you know, be careful for what you wish for, because it just dropped in and it ticked all the boxes. So I feel very, very lucky, very blessed to be doing it.
Well, I mean, your character, Jackson Lamb, is such an incredible character. And it's interesting that you were saying that, Gary, because he is a man who has lived a life. And you can see that, and doesn't really care what other people think about him anymore. Is that fair to say? Even when he's got a bit of flatulence coming on, if you don't mind me saying, Gary.
No, I mean, it is sort of part of his spycraft.
What, the farting?
No, maybe that too, but the appearance of it. I mean, in this upcoming season of season 4, you know, there's a new head of the dogs. Flight, and she comes in and from the get-go underestimates him, and that's part of the trick. That's part of his spycraft. You know, he presents himself in a way where you will underestimate him, and you would judge a book by its cover.
Yeah,
and there's a lot more that sort of is underneath there's a lot more going on. There's underneath the surface.
What do the Americans make of Jackson Lamb? Because you live in Palm Springs, my son lives in LA, so I spend quite a bit of time there. And I know that, you know what it's like in American television? Every character scrubs up well. Even if he's just sort of some homeless person, he's got to look like Patrick Dempsey or something. What do they think of sort of belchy, farty Jackson Lamb?
I think they love belchy farty. Some wit came up with, you know, I was in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yes, I know.
And someone said, "Oh, from George Smiley to George Smelly," which I thought was quite funny. They seem to have embraced him. You know, what's fun about the fun about Lamb is not only the people on the show. I mean, you couldn't wish to work with a nicer bunch of people. But I love the fact that, you know, there's a lot hidden and a lot going on, but he's so direct. There's no filter. That's the fun thing about playing him. I don't see huge, big character development in terms of Lamb. But the Americans, yeah, they kind of seem to get him and they seem to like him.
Well, the other thing, of course, if you talk about American British, there's such great humour in Slow Horses. I mean, it's a great spy drama and it's a real thriller, but there's great humour in it. And sometimes, again, there's a disconnect between British and American humour, but it feels very British humour to me.
I think it's an achievement in a way that we've got the 9 nominations. I've sort of called it the little show, The Pug. It is quite colloquial in that sense and very sort of culturally specific. I mean, in season 3, I think it is, you've got Duffy, the head of the dogs, you know, dunking a thick Kit Kat into a cup of tea.
A chunky one as well.
Dunking a chunky.
Yeah, dunking a chunky.
That's just obscene, isn't it? But, you know, that is, Americans they're not going to understand that. That is such a British thing where someone who's watching carefully will go, oh my God, he's got a chunky Kit Kat. Yeah. Oh, I mean, there are little things along the way that I think the American audience will miss, but we're there giving it to the Brits.
Do you miss the UK, Gary, or do you come back enough to not?
No, I come back. A lot, and I have some family there, and I'm there a lot with the show. Yeah. It's. I'm sort of, I guess I'm kind of a happy captive here. Yeah. I've been here a long time, and my, you know, not all of my kids, but some of my kids are obviously born here and American. So it is home. But there are things I miss about England, but I get my fix.
Dunking a chunky, maybe.
Yeah, dunking a chunky and watching Loose Women with your dunky chunky.
Gary.
Oh, there's lots of Kit Kats on the set, that's for sure.
Gary, listen, we have to let you go, sadly, but the one thing, that season 4 trailer ends with "One of my team has died," Jackson Lamb saying "One of my team has died." You've got to assure me that it's not River Cartwright.
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
God, you're a tough man, Gary Oldman, you really are.
Oh, it's so lovely to talk to you, Gary.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, isn't that great? What a nice man. You can see the new series of Slow Horses on Apple TV Plus from tomorrow. Dunking a chunky. Oh. Yeah. You like a dunking a chunky.
Dunky to chunky.
And you like dunking a chunky.
I like a chunky donkey.
Yeah, they're always on the Kit Kat. Yeah. Anyway.